I definitely think that when you're maliciously being sexist, racist, homophobic, transphobic, etc., it's definitely on a whole new level than being ignorantly those things. Hey, what's up, pals? LilBckt here, coming at you today with a little story time. I was hanging out with some friends a few nights ago and some messed up shit went down. So, some of my friends, I'm not going to say any names because this is the internet and I don't want to do that for this video. So, some of my friends, we were hanging out, having fun. They're moving out of their apartment, so it was like one last shindig before they move out, and it was all going great. They had one of their friends come over though, and he said some problematic shit. So, some of them went to this music festival called Movement in Detroit, and me and my other friend were just chilling. We took a nap, we waited for them. The plan was to all hang out when they got back, and so they got back, we were all hanging out. I've hung out with all these people before. Only one person said the messed up stuff, but I was the only person that was like, what the heck, that's messed up. So anyway, so we're all hanging out, and this one guy is just like non-stop talking. Like, that's like all he does. Even like said, it was telling stories that like no one wanted to hear, like on and on and on. And like, I'm a nice person. I know I talk a lot sometimes, so I'm not gonna be like, you need to simmer down. However, it went from innocent storytelling to some bigotry. So we're chilling there. I'm like on my phone because I'm not really wanting to listen to his like fourth long ass story in a row. And he's talking about like something that happened at the Movement Festival. Content warning, y'all. This is super like mean and homophobic, so just be wary. So he's talking about these two gay guys who were making out in front of him or kissing or something. And he called them flaming faggots. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, there's a difference between like that, it's all bad, but there's a difference between like that and like maybe like that, saying like that's gay. Like, I feel like saying something like that's gay is more on like the ignorant side of things than calling someone a flaming faggot, which is like just straight up like hateful. You know what I'm saying? Both are bad. You shouldn't do either, but there's definitely a difference. So either way I would say something, but I especially was gonna say something for this. So I was like, what did you just say? I was like, that's not very nice. And he went off on this long ass tangent. I don't know word for word what the exchange was anymore because I was heated in the moment, and obviously we were drinking, so that spices things up a little bit. But he goes on to say that he openly admitted that he's racist, homophobic, sexist, all these other things. He said he doesn't believe that everyone's equal and that there are superior people to other people. And he went on listing all the races that he hated and why he doesn't like them. And he was like, well, we can agree to disagree. And I was like, no? You can agree to disagree on, oh, I like tea, oh, I like coffee. Okay, let's agree to disagree. But like, I'm not going to agree to disagree that you value certain races or sexual orientation or gender more than another. Like, no. That is super duper fucked up. So, we ended up not talking the rest of the time he was there. It was pretty awkward. My friend actually was in the bathroom at the time, so when he came back out, we were just kind of talking and then they were talking, but he only stayed for like 15 minutes longer, and then when he left he was like, well, I bet you're glad I'm leaving, and I just laughed and opened the door for him because I was by the door making food when he was leaving. It was funny, but I just don't understand. And then it got me thinking, like, what's worse? Someone who's ignorantly bigot or someone who's hatefully bigot? And I mean, I don't think that's really a question. They're both bad, obviously, just as I said with the two different like forms of using gay as an insult. I definitely think that when you're maliciously being sexist, racist, homophobic, transphobic, etc., it's definitely on a whole new level than being ignorantly those things. because at least for the people who are doing it out of ignorance, I feel like they've just been taught that by society and they might not know any better, and there's like hope and that they could like change. I've had some ignorant, toxic, problematic thoughts before. As I've said before, I wasn't just always born with these ideas. I've learned throughout my years about all this stuff. But like, and don't get me wrong, people are taught hate as well, but I definitely think it's harder to get through to the people when they're so filled with hate and they openly are like, hey, yeah, I'm racist, sexist, homophobic, all that good stuff. And like, I don't see a problem with it. Agree to disagree. I hate those people. Like, those are some like hard people to crack, and it's sad, honestly. Like, I feel bad for him. Not like in a way that I'm like, oh, poor him. I'm like, damn, like, you must have a pretty sad life if you hate so many different kinds of people just because they're different than you. So I just wanted to like make a video about it because it just really like, damn, I haven't seen that like in a while. I've seen things like ignorant bigotry and people saying stuff out of ignorance, but out of like such pure, unfiltered, unapologetic hate. It was just really sad, and I'm just glad that there's people out there who are fighting against stuff like that, because there is no supreme race or supreme religion or supreme gender. Like, just because someone is this race or this gender or this sexual orientation or whatever, it doesn't make them better than anyone else. It's all about like people as people and like how you treat others and how you just, you know, live your life. It has literally nothing to do with things that you can't control. So, that being said, I definitely implore all of you, when you hear toxic shit like that, to speak up and say something, because those kind of people can't feel comfortable saying those things. Because if we just ignore it and don't say anything, they're gonna think there's nothing wrong with it, as they already do. They're gonna continue thinking that, and like, if you don't say anything, nothing's ever gonna change. And I know sometimes it's hard, but like, we gotta do something. If you're watching my videos and you're subscribed to me, except for like one person, you probably are somewhat interested in making these social changes, and we have to speak up. We gotta make these people that are so hateful and bigoted, we need to make them uncomfortable and have them know that saying stuff like that is not okay, and it's messed up, and it's hurting other people, it's hurting our country, and it's hurting our world. You know, we gotta nip it in the bud, or it's already pretty blossomed for some people like that guy. So I don't know another metaphor to explain what I'm saying, but you know. Give me a big thumbs up if you agree that we need to say something when we hear people talking like this to help change the world for the better. Leave me a comment down below about a time where you have said something to somebody who was spewing words of bigotry before. And if you are new here and you want to become one of my pals, make sure to click that subscribe button down below and make sure to hit that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Not every single one, but that's where the channel is going, in that direction. So, I will see you all next time.